Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm just going to do a little walkthrough, show you what I have growing inside the house. If you can kind of tell outside, we're getting a little bit of snow, so it's good to have some things that are green and growing inside the house to brighten up those cold winter days. Let's just show you what I got here. This is my plant stand here. It's in the dining room. And just to start off, this is actually my Galapagos pepper. If you've watched my seed starting video, I thought there was only one that had sprouted, so I put it up in its own individual pot, and then a couple weeks later, just out of nowhere, it's got a little friend. So there you go. 2 out of 5 seeds sprouted for that. Like I said, those are really rare and hard to get seeds, so having 2 plants, that's pretty cool. So hopefully I have enough seeds and I'll be able to share those with people this following season. Here is 2 little thyme, like the herb thyme. Right before winter kicked in, I cut took 2 little cuttings, stuck them in this little pot, seeing if I'd overwinter them, and they have actually responded that they were dead little sticks for the longest period of time, and then all of a sudden they just came back to life. And I've actually pinched off a few leaves and used it in cooking, and it's good to have, like I said, fresh herbs and plants growing in the wintertime, because that's just what I like doing. This is parsley. Started this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's coming along, so I'll be able to use some fresh parsley hopefully this winter time. Next up over here, I have 3. I had a 4th right here. That guy died, but there's 3. These are the white ghost pepper. Yeah, I've grown these for a couple years, and they are way too hot to eat by themselves. However, drying them out and using them in powder blends and stuff like that for cooking in moderation is actually really good. And the flavor on these, I think, is one of the best flavors for the super hot variety of peppers, if that's what you're into. Most people are not. I'm the weird like that, I guess. I like things that are way too spicy for most people to handle. Up next, this is my wisteria. I'm trying to grow from seed. Just as an experiment, something fun. I know it's going to take, 7 to 10 years or something like that, maybe, for it to even bloom. We'll see. In the meantime, it's kind of cool just to watch it grow, and hopefully I can plant it somewhere that it has room to vine out and grow on a trellis, which I think would be really cool just for the landscape and ornamental properties. And if and when the plant does bloom, it'll be just an extra added bonus on top. Let me get this guy out of the way. Next up, this is actually a false Aurelia. I think that's how you pronounce it, Aurelia, something like that. But what I've done is I'm actually trying to train this into a bonsai. My first attempt at bonsaiing anything, and it's kind of cool. I mean, I've been trying to make it look more like a small little palm tree. Trying to keep it short. I prune it about twice a year. So there you go. These are Stargazer lilies. Everyone has seen those in their yards, a big showy blooms on it. We had a day when we kind of thawed out, so I went out and just looking in through the garden. I saw a couple. If you've ever grown these plants, or lilies in general, will form little bulbs, I don't know, on the stem, and then through nature they would fall off and then be able to reproduce. So I just picked up 4 of them and stuck it in a little pot, and lo and behold, they started growing. So I think they don't bloom the first year. They may or may not, but like I said, it's something to watch and something to do in the wintertime. This next plant, I don't know what the name of it is, but it had little blue flowers all over it. It was a huge plant. I'm not sure if it was perennial or an annual, so right before the wintertime kicked in, I went ahead and just took a little cutting just in case it is not a perennial. That way by the spring it'll be big enough I can transplant it out, and we can reestablish the plants. It was really nice. It was covered in totally covered in these little blue flowers. If anybody may know what this is, let me know. Leave a comment. If not, it'll just be fun to grow. And last but not least, this plant here. Zoom out a little bit. See there? That's an air plant down here, and this is actually Tulsi or holy basil. Again, right before first freeze and frost came around, I took a cutting, stuck it in a pot, and it's alive. But that's about all I can say with that. But it is still alive and coming around, so hopefully by spring it'll rebound. We can put it back outside. And up here is my cilantro that looks really sad, but I literally just transplanted this from a little 3-cell pack of seeds I started. So they just got transplanted. They look sad, but they will rebound. Cilantro's pretty hard to kill, quite honestly. And last but not least, this guy here, you can see or not, this is a orange manzano. It's a hot pepper from Mexico, I believe. Makes a really nice, about habanero level heat, maybe a little bit less. They're really good for cooking. So I just tried to overwinter this. It's a rare plant, so I didn't want to have to go through the whole trouble of restarting it from seed. And people say that actually the second year that they actually produce more peppers than the first year is just mostly just for putting on vegetative growth. And last but not least on the shelf tour is, I think this is a miniature amaryllis. 2 bulbs in there, has not bloomed yet, so I'm not even sure what color it is, but it's alive and healthy and doing fine, so we will see. Let it happen. Alright, over here in the corner, this is a bromeliad. I just want to show you guys, check out the color on this. Isn't that awesome? Look at that contrast between the light orange and the dark and the tips there. And that is really cool. Get a zoom in like that. See that? Yeah, that is a really cool looking plant. So, you know, I grow a lot of things that everything's edible. So you can have fun growing all types of plants and find out what you like. This is actually the first time I've ever have grown a plant like this. And I've, you know, walk by the store and you see them at Lowe's or Walmart or someplace on the shelf in the plant section, and I've always looked at it and said, maybe not. Finally did it, finally got one, and it's colored beautiful. So I think it's gonna stay, and I really like this a lot, and I'm actually thinking about adding maybe another one, maybe sometime in the spring, or if I see another color I think is really cool, add to the collection. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe these need a lot of full bright suns. This right here is a little indirect sun. It gets afternoon sun, but mostly shade in the morning and the evening. So it doesn't seem to be bothering it. This plant is healthy, it is bright, it is green, and it is doing wonderful. Alright, so now we're down in the basement in my little makeshift LED. This is actually just a shelf on a desk I have. So I've put some aluminum foil around the back there. There's a heating pad with the starter cells, the dome on it to keep the humidity in. And what I have here is a tomato. This was I found growing wild in my flower bed. Again, right before fall. I felt sorry for it, so I decided to rescue it. Had it in the windowsill. It was not doing well, but as soon as I put it downstairs here underneath the LED lights, it has actually responded and is very, very healthy, putting on more and more leaves. I might need to pinch it back again because, like I said, it's still January. We have a long time till this thing goes outside. And by pinching it back, we're also going to promote a thicker stalk, more bushier type plant, and also I have nowhere to put a 6-foot tall tomato plant, so we're keeping this thing small just for necessity. Next to this here, if you can see that, this is actually the Roselle, Thai Red Roselle. Started these seeds back, I believe, on January 1st, part of my seed starting video. If you've checked that out, if not, go back and watch that. And I planted 4 seeds, only 1 came up, and I used a little bit of recycled soil, and again, a pepper is now growing with my Roselle. Not really sure which one it is, so we're going to grow that out, and when it gets big enough, we'll separate it out to its own container, and we're going to see how it happens with that. Here, just some more flowers I've started from seed that are down here. Nothing to report on those. They're just put in the last couple days. Turn this light off there. Check out that glow, man, right? And you see the humidity's up in there. It's nice and moist. Got some seeds planted. Nothing has sprouted inside there as of yet. Those are new plantings, so nothing to report on that. So that's the end of the LED shelf. Now let's go check out one final spot. Alright, last and certainly not least is a 50 cell container, and each cell has 2 seeds of Bootjolokia, or most commonly referred to as just the red ghost pepper. You might be asking yourself why anybody would need to plant 100 ghost pepper seeds, and there's a very, very, very good reason, but I'm not going to talk about that today. That's going to be a topic for another day, another series I'm going to try to do about why I'm doing this, and we're going to go start to finish until we get the final product. That'll be this fall. So hopefully you check back for that. Hopefully that's gonna be pretty exciting. And what's most exciting is, yeah, zoom out. There you go. The first ones are starting to pop up. Another one back there. Nothing back there just yet. But with all pepper plants, make sure you use a heating pad like this. And the light is above it, grow light. I have one T8 and one T5 bulb. Quite honestly, because I couldn't decide. I read a lot of reviews on which one's better, T8, T5, so I figured the lamp can hold 2 bulbs, so I have one of each. And it seems to work. Every year I've done it. My peppers do amazing. They always start off very healthy. So that's just what I do. You guys do what you think's best on your situation. But there you go. That is the tour, mid-January 2019. We'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.